Hey guys, what's up? I'm back again. I just recorded like 4 minutes of this video, but I had the microphone off. But that's alright, we'll start over again. I'm here playing Duel Links. A brand new structure deck just came out. Destiny Rulers. I'm excited about this. I have my Master Phoenix at level 40 already, so I have 2 Malicious, not 3. I can't wait for the 3rd Malicious in this game, hopefully. Or it'll just stay at 2, so semi-limited. But not, like this game is semi-limited. But let's see. It says, use this deck with Asher Phoenix Destiny Calling skill. I've been playing this game for a long time, and I couldn't tell you what Destiny Calling does. I can tell you what Skyscraper does, but it clearly is the same exact thing as Destiny Calling, but with D heroes. So anytime they attack a monster with more attack, you gain 1,000 attack. But I think you have to take, what is it, 1,000, 2,000 to be able to activate it from your deck for Asher Phoenix? It's only 1,000? They buff it? Oh, so I thought maybe it was 1,800. I don't know. I guess maybe they buffed it with the Bastion ones, but I don't know if they did or not.
They did.
But it's still really good. So it makes your guys like Drilldark and stuff a lot stronger when attacking over guys. I personally like Destiny Heroes a lot because, Malicious and Destiny Draw were like iconic cards in Yu-Gi-Oh!, at least to me. So let's move on to Start Deck and talk about the cards in the deck. Let's see, we got Destiny Hero Dogma. He's level 8, Dark, 3,400 attack, 2,400 defense. So his stats pretty solid. He almost has as much attack as your life points in Duel Links. And let's go read his effects. Cannot be normal summoner set. Dang it. Must be special summoned from your hand by tributing 3 monsters, including at least 1 Destiny Hero monster, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Alright, so it's like Plasma, but requires a Destiny Hero instead of anything. If you still control this face-up card during your opponent's next standby phase, after you special summon it, this way, have your opponent's life points. So if his effect goes off, because he stays on the field for half a turn, he'll be able to attack directly for game. I don't know how competitive exactly this card will be, but it's a super solid card. Moving on. We got polymerization. Fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using materials from your hand or field as fusion materials. This is a new card, I guess. No, I'm just kidding. This card's old. We all know what it does. If fusion summons a monster from your extra deck by fusing 2 cards. Pretty solid. Destiny Hero Celestia. See, this is a card I've never played with before, so I was excited to see the new Destiny Heroes, because when I put the TCG, I think it might have already actually came out, probably. Yeah, it was towards the end when I was quitting, but I obviously, I never got to play with them, because when they released all these cards in the TCG, they're like, oh, look at these cool cards we have for old archetypes. I was summoning, Zodiacs or something, so they weren't actually competitive. So it's cool to see, what would have happened if Destiny Heroes had Destiny Hero Celestial, Destiny Hero, all these guys back in the day when all we had was, well, we have less than what we had back in the day. We don't have, cards like Miracle Fusion and stuff. So it's kind of cool to see how the cards interact with the old cards, and that's one of my favorite things about Duel Links. But anyways, Destiny Hero Celestia, level 4 Dark, 1,600 attack, 1,400 defense. When this card declares an attack, you can target one face-up spell card your opponent controls, destroy it. And if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. So it pops Mausoleum, pops... I don't know why Mausoleum of the Emperor is the first one. I meant to say Temple of the King, or what? Temple of the Mind's Eye? Yeah, that card. It pops that card. While you have no cards in your hand, except to turn this card into the graveyard. Thank God it has that clause. You can banish this card and 1 Destiny Hero monster from graveyard, draw 2 cards. You can only use this effect of Destiny Hero Celestial once per turn. I think it's a super solid card. Obviously, it works really well with fusion summoning, because the downside, when you fusion summon, you empty your hand. So this will be able to replenish it, but you'll have to wait a turn. There's a lot of Destiny Hero cards that send cards from your deck to the graveyard, so you'll be able to make sure you get this guy in there with another card. You can empty out your hand, set your back row, summon a monster, and then draw a card for your turn. Be able to play that card. Your hand's empty, draw 2, and then you get to keep the cycle going. Unfortunately, we don't have super strong Destiny Hero fusions. The one in this deck is actually pretty good, but it could be better. But anyways, moving on to probably the best Destiny Hero, the one that the AI, level 40 Asher Phoenix has this card, so we knew maybe eventually we would get it. But it's Destiny Hero Drilldark. Another card I've never played with. Excuse me. To be honest, the only Destiny Hero cards I really played with is Malicious and Fearmonger. Oh yeah, and Disc Commander, that guy.
Not alive for Diamond Dude?
Oh, and Dasher. Diamond Dude, no, I didn't play DDT ever. I thought DDT was a terrible deck. Yeah, you either had to be, it wasn't a terrible deck, you had to be a master of it, or just get lucky. Because literally every game came down to a DDT. For those of you who don't know, DDT was a deck back with Dimension Fusion, where the only monster in your deck, it's called Diamond Dude Turbo. And you would like try and dimension fusion and kill them in one turn with like Jinzo, Snipe Hunter clearing their board, D-Mock, and like those are the only monsters in your deck. Dasher and like a lot of times it would revolve around reasoning, and like you call 6 just to stop Jinzo because you have like traps to stop anything. The deck play like Threatening Roars, but I don't know. I get distracted, but I never thought it was that good. Chris Bowling was really good with it, and I could never beat him for some reason because every time he'd reasoning, I'd call. You normally have to call 8 because if the Dimension Fusion's in their graveyard, they'd hit Dark Magician of Chaos and add it back to their hand. But you call 8, they hit the Jinzo, and then you lose because they're like Monster Gate, my other banished malicious Monster Gate, and played like Divine Sword, Phoenix Blade. Actually, a lot of the DDT cards are in this game, like Magical Stone Excavation, but you can't play the deck because we don't have Dimension Fusion, and D-Mock got eroded, so never again. If this card is normal summon or special summon, you can special summon a Destiny Hero monster from your hand with attack less than or equal to this card's attack on the field. You can only use this effect of Destiny Hero Drilldark once per turn. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. Or, as it used to say, you know, do the difference between the attack and the defense of the defense monster that you're attacking. But now it just is piercing, so I'm glad they changed that. Solid card, obviously it's really good. You get to summon 2 monsters to the field, and then if you have the field spell in the field, you can pretty much attack over anything. And then later on with this trap card, you could like summon, special, attack, tag, use my trap card, fusion during the battle phase, attack. That's like what's really good about trap cards that fusion summon, but we'll get there. The next card, you only get one of this guy, and this guy might be really good in Destiny Heroes, but obviously really good in Heroes. If we ever get Elm Zero Shadow Mist, this card's absolutely crazy, but his name is Vision Hero Vyon. If this level 4 Dark, 1000 attack, 1200 defense. So this card is normal summoned or special summoned. You can send 1 hero monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can only use this effect of Vision Hero Vyon once per turn. Thank God it says his name, because in Yu-Gi-Oh! If it doesn't say his name, then you can have multiple copies that use the effect. Once per turn, you can add one. You can banish 1 hero monster from your graveyard. Add on polymerization from your deck to your hand, and see how this is exactly what I was saying. This card shows you what I like have a problem with in Yu-Gi-Oh! In this one card, you can use the first effect with 1 Vision Hero Vyon because it says the name of the monster. But the second effect that says once per turn, it still once per turn. You could have 3 Vyons and use that effect 3 times. But anyways, this card's obviously really good. I don't even, send malicious. You could send malicious, dump malicious, banish malicious, special malicious, polymerization because you already had in your hand. Because why would you not? Fusing the red eyes and the malicious for a red eye saber slash dragon, and then you're gonna banish that malicious with Vyon's effect. Add another polymerization in your hand, and guess what? You also have in your hand another red eyes dragon. So then you're activating that polymerization, fusing your Vyon with the red eyes dragon, and now you have 2 saber slash dragons. Boom! And all you had to draw was Vyon and polymerization. And 2 Red Eyes Dragons. But it's super solid. Anyways, moving on. Destiny Hero Dreamer. When I first read this card, I was like, what? What is this? But it's actually pretty good. Not really good, but it's okay. It's also, all these cards are just really good with fusion monsters because, like, the whole point is you fusion, you dump your hand, you put a bunch of guys in your graveyards that do things that trigger with the fusion monster or trigger with the other cards you send to the graveyard. So I'm hoping to get more Destiny Hero fusions in the future. But we have Destiny Hero Dreamer. I don't know if there are, but I'm assuming there are because I feel like a lot came out and we got 1 in here, but I have no idea. Destiny Hero Dreamer. 1 star, 0 attack, 600 defense. Stats are whack, but he's basically like a Necroguard and impenetrable attack. During damage calculation, if your Destiny Hero monster battles this card in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, make that monster unable to be destroyed by battle, and if you do, you take no damage from that battle. So, Wabaku. So this card, you know, Destiny Hero Gladiator Beast, whatever you want to do. If summoned this way, banish this card when it leaves the field. Well, so it's a 1-shot go. But you can have 3 of them and use them 3 because it says you can only use this effect once per turn, but you can not once per duel. So, who knows? It could do something. D-Cubed, this little dog. If level 1, 0/0. I wasn't going to say its stats because they don't actually exist. But you can machine dupe it, or you just use its effect. If this card is normal summoned, it is also treated as a Destiny Hero monster while face up on the field. You can only use each effect of D-Cubed once per turn. So it's a hard once per turn. Like, isn't that crazy in this game? We have a hard once per turn and like, you wouldn't call it a soft one. I guess you call it a soft once per turn, but it's just crazy. You can discard up to 2 cards, so summon 2 D-Cubes from your hand, deck, or graveyard, so from anywhere, equal to the number you discarded. So you could discard this card and special summon it. So in that sense, if you draw multiple, it's like not that bad. But you cannot normal summon or special summon monsters except Destiny Hero monsters for the rest of the turn. So you can summon Dogma, Plasma. Could be good for that. It's good to discard itself. You could discard like cards like Bacon Saber, cards you don't want, and special summon it. It's only good if you're setting up for a Dogma or a Plasma. If this card, or a Fusion, I guess. If this card is destroyed by battle, you can also discard the cards that have effects in the graveyard. So I see like the versatility in this card, but I don't know how much play it's going to see. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can summon Destiny or monster from your deck to the graveyard. So you could just summon summon this one in attack mode. You can machine dupe the other 2 in defense. You can use the effect, summon 2 more in defense. So they're not only are they going to be blocking things, you're going to be filling up your graveyard with the Destiny Hero monsters that all have effects in the graveyard. So it could be potentially pretty good in the Destiny Hero pure deck, but I think we might need better Destiny Hero fusions before we see it being better. But
I'm gonna slap that dogma on the board 3 or 4 times, and you can powerful rebirth it back, bring them all back, and bring out dogma again. Keep slapping dogma on the board.
Yeah, just keep throwing dogma. Keep having their life points. You don't ever actually win.
I'm trying to smack them in the face for it.
Yeah, 34.
Their life point.
Yeah, that's the joke. I just think dogma's like so funny because I'm not gonna kill you yet. If you have 3 or more Destiny Hero... This card I don't understand. I don't know why it exists. Yeah, I'm not certain. Please let me know. If you have 3 or more Destiny Hero monsters in your graveyard, you can discard this card. So it's hard to... You have to have 3. And then target one Destiny Hero monster, special opponent side of the field in defense mode, so you hand tag over it. When a spell card or effect you activate resolves, negate that effect. So negate your own card. And if you do, or if it did not have an effect, destroy that card. I don't know why you would want to do that. I literally don't know. During your standby phase, you can banish this card and 1 Destiny Hero monster. There has to be a reason, so I'm going to look real stupid, but I don't know. You can banish this card and 1 Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard. Each player chooses 1 normal spell from your deck and places on top of their deck. So it's an ignition effect. During your standby phase, so your opponent is going to draw the spell card first, and then you can. Yeah, moving on to probably the best card in the starter deck, in my opinion, next to maybe the Vision Hero. But 3 hero monsters, level 8, 2500 attack, 2000 defense, dark. During the turn this card is fusion summoned, its attack is double the original attack. 5000 attack, what? This fusion summoned card can attack 3 times during each battle phase. This card can attack your opponent directly. So if your opponent has 3 monsters in attack mode and you summon this guy, crack, 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 anti-magic arrows, the game's over. Super solid. Destiny Hero Dangerous, the Destiny Hero fusion we got. He's actually pretty good. At first I thought he was not that great, but the more I read the cards, the more I realized he fills your graveyard, you draw 2, you boost all your guys, you're gaining stuff as you're gaining stuff, so that's actually a pretty solid effect. And if we ever get super poly, blah blah, you can fuse with anything in the game, like Red Eye Zombie Dragon and stuff. Yeah, it works with all the cards. It works with DQ, it works with Celestial. It works. You can play Destiny Hero Red Eyes, or even in the Saber Slash deck. This card's not bad because if you're using the Destiny heroes like Malicious or something, you can make him as opposed to Saber Slash. You could tech 1 Celestial. You could dump the Celestial. You could empty your hand, have Saber Slash Dangerous in defense mode, draw 1 for your turn, play the card, draw 2. I don't know. This is all in my head right now, but it's just it's not that bad. It opens up a lot of avenues because it's 1 dark effect monster, so you can't use Red Eyes, but you'd have to use something else in the deck. 1 Destiny Hero monster, 1 dark effect monster, quick effect. You can discard 1 card, send 1 Destiny Hero monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard. So you're filling your grave, emptying your hand, drawing 2 cards. That's what we're working towards. And if you do Destiny Hero monsters, you can control 200 attack for each Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard until the end of this turn. Yep, and it's once per turn during the player's turn. So his defense can go to 3,000 if you summon it on your turn, discard, and on their turn you discard. 3,000 defense, fills your graveyard, so we're gonna be able to draw 2, and it's not bad at all. And you can also send down the guy that Dreamer that protects it. So you could discard whichever. If you draw the Dreamer, you discard it. If you draw the Celestial, you discard it. Send down the other one. Special summon back the guy. Protect this guy. Draw 2. You have 2 guys on your field. You're not gonna die. I don't know. It's actually pretty good. I'm definitely going to try it out. Cyclone Blade. I've been really excited about this card. Equip only to a Destiny Hero monster at the end of the damage step. If the equip monster attack, target 1 spell and trap around the field and destroy it. Honestly, I didn't know what it did at the start of this. When I just said I was excited about it, I was hoping it was horrible. It's pretty bad, but it's not that horrible. I was hoping it was way worse than that. So my joke would be funny. Defusion. I think this card's good. I think any trap that Fusion summons is very appealing to me, just like the Gymnite traps. I wanted to try it originally because if you're able to attack, it's like El Shaddai, and then fusion and then attack again. That's a lot of damage. That's originally what appealed to me with Metal Foes because they got, well, not originally because Full Metal Foes came in the next set, but I switched to Blue Eyes until Full Metal Foes came out because I just thought attack, fuse, bring out another guy, attack, fuse, bring out another guy, and one of the guys brings back another guy. That has to be pretty good. But this card says, fusion, summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck. Using monster controls fusion materials, and if you do, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. Whoa, that's pretty good. Only Destiny Hero monsters can be fusion summon, or can be used as fusion materials with fusion summon. Well, so you can make this guy with that card, which is pretty good. Moving on. Dark Light. This card's just super in the TCG. I've always wanted to make this card good at some points in the TCG, like when it came out, but it was never that good. It could be good against certain decks. I could see it being a side deck card, because, you know, I don't know what deck would only have special summon monsters on the field. I guess Cyber Angels, but this card wouldn't be good against Cyber Angels because they have a lot of ways to protect them. But tribute one dark monster with 15 or more attack, destroy all monsters that were special summoned this turn. Probably just going to do the same thing in TCG it was. Like, its effect, it seems like it's good, but not going to ever see any play. And the last card, D Fortune. Look at this diamond dude. What is he, on the ground? I'm not certain what's going on. But when your opponent declares an attack, banish one Destiny Hero monster from graveyard and in the battle phase. Sweet, another stall card. Just what I needed. I love playing dueling, so my opponents are just like not letting me attack every turn because I don't have a main phase 2. Thanks for giving us more cards like that, Konami. And this is the Destiny Hero starter deck. That's what I think about it. And thanks for watching, guys.